check the basic requirements given to us by SketchUp. All right, I don't know if I should go to the website. I don't think I need to do that. So I just copied this from their website. So let's just quickly run through that. All right, so what this means now is, let me go to the minimum requirement first, or let's go from top to down. All right, so the recommended hardware is, first of all, you need to have like Windows 10 or Windows 11 to run the latest Google Sketchup. All right, then you need at least a processor of 2 point something gigahertz processor, and checking mine, I'm seeing that I have 2.8, so that qualifies. And then they advise that a graphics card that separates from the CPU, also known as discrete graphics card, must discrete graphics card. Most current generation AMD or NVIDIA cards on the market are considered discrete. All right, what they are telling us now is that we need a graphics card, just like I explained. You need a graphics card that is separate from your CPU. That's why I explained we have a GPU and a CPU. All right, so then we say that for RAM, they say that we need at least 8 gig of RAM for your recommended. All right, and my PC is 16 gig RAM, so I think that qualifies. Then, but I said I have a separate discrete graphics, but yeah, this actually qualifies to run SketchUp because I have a discrete graphics card, but not like AMD or NVIDIA. Like those are the top brands for graphics card in the industry. All right, so then we now have storage. Remember I explained, they said 2 gig of available hard disk space, not ROM. All right, storage, hard disk space, that's your ROM. So either SSD or HDD. All right, generally SSD helps. It makes your saving, your write written makes it faster and all stuff like that. All right, so then they say a modern GPU with at least 1 gig of video of memory. All right, if I should. All right, so 1 gig of video memory. SketchUp's classic renderer requires OpenGL 3.1 support. All right, SketchUp performance relies on your graphics card driver and its ability to support OpenGL 3.1 or higher. A 3-button scroll wheel mouse, or that's another requirement. You need a mouse, like literally speaking. If you're want to do rendering, you want to do 3D generally, and you don't have a mouse. Whew, that's a challenge. All right, so you need a mouse. All right, so the point there is, if you check, you see this last requirement. My PCD meet that, but at least I have about 100 and something MB. All right, so this asking me that I need about 1 gig. That's 1024 MB of this, but I don't have up to that, so I would have to manage what I have here. All right, so that's the recommended requirement. So let's look at the minimum requirement. All right, so the minimum requirement says 1.1 gigahertz processor, 4 gigs of RAM, 1.5 gig of hard disk space, modern GPU with at least 512. Wow, I don't even meet the minimum requirement for graphics card. All right, so that's basically it. Yeah, I just wanted to show you how you could get to know a little bit of this, and with time, maybe while we're rendering, I could just chip a little bit here and there. Because when you are rendering, not modeling now, when you are rendering, the rendering piece, the rendering software makes use of your graphics card. All right, you need to know this because it's very important. All right, so that being said, that's all about that. And I just recorded a quick video showing you my other PC and journey to this video. All right, so here on my excuse me, so here on my rendering PC or the gaming PC, I actually let's try that DXDiag. All right, I detected a minimized being some accessing blah blah blah. We like to bypass this time, of course. You might want to bypass that. All right, so very quickly, you could see the specs right here. The specifications of this PC right here. This is the name. We have the build of Windows. The manufacturer is Dell, and then this is the particular system model. Then we could see the processor, and this has 12 cores as opposed to the other one that has 4 cores. This still has about 16 gig of RAM, and yeah. So when you come to the next tab, you find out that there are 2 display tabs as opposed to the other PC, which is 1. All right. So like I did say, you notice that there is oh wow, okay, I think that bypass thing actually did bypass this stuff. So let me just go back and run that again. don't bypass. Please get the information. All right. So yeah, all right, it's gotten the information for us. So the first display, usually when you have a i7 processor, i5 processor, laptops like that usually come with its processor specific graphics card. But when you also have an NVIDIA graphics card driver attached to the PC, and word for note, you don't actually get to install graphics cards on your laptop. All right, it's only a desktop you can actually install your graphics card, but you cannot do that for a laptop. All right, so that's why you need to know this, because when you get a laptop without buying it with view of rendering, and you don't account for the graphics card before acquiring it, one of the things that will happen is that you just run into a wall and you'll need to sell your PC or top up to get another one. Right? So that's one of the reasons you have to actually ensure that you check all this before you purchase, or you get to know what the seller says the specs is before you purchase. All right. So that being said, on that display, you can see just as the little laptop, that's 128 MB. And here we see it has shared memory from the RAM to be 8 gigs thereabout. Then when we come to display 2, we see that display 2 now, the device name is NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2060. All right, so that's an NVIDIA graphics card, like a proper discrete graphics card. All right, so we can see the chip type, we can see every other thing we need to see. And here under display memory, which is the VRAM, remember I explained to you that that's the VRAM. Okay, it seems in the other PC it wasn't written VRAM, I think. All right, so but you can see it's called VRAM here. That's the video RAM. Or yeah, so that's actually about 5.9 megabytes. That's approximately 6 gig. All right, so that being said, you see the specs here. And just a quick one before I actually proceed to continue. All right, this is a quick benchmark run by Lumion Pro 2023. A benchmark is pretty much like a test on your PC to see whether its capabilities meet the recommended capability of your software or your rendering software. So the benchmark was run, and as you can see, Lumion require recommended specs. This PC, as powerful as it may be, for Lumion Pro 2023, it's not actually powerful enough. All right, but you can see it clocks the minimum requirement on the side of the graphics card, on the side of the graphics memory, which is the video memory, on the side of the system memory, but on the side of the processor, it's a little bit, below the mark for the minimal. All right, so these are the things that you need to really consider. Of course, most of the renders I produce of recent times are done with this particular PC, so it doesn't mean the system doesn't qualify. It just means that I'll have issues running it the way the manufacturer wants me to run that. Right. So that being said, we'll go over to the other side, back to the other laptop. Right. So, but what I want to show you again is if you're using Windows 10 or Windows 11, you can hold Windows X. It brings out this menu. I don't know. I think my stuff. All right. It brings out this menu. You can come on System, and when it loads up System, you can just quickly come. You see your basic details. If you come to Display, okay, another way is that's to see some other details there. Then if you come to Display, you right click on your desktop. Sorry, right click on desktop, you go to display settings, or on Windows 7 or Windows 10, sorry, you go to display settings, and let that quickly load up. Under advanced display here, I can just click on display properties so you can still see. All right, so this is my graphics card. I can still see basic information there. So dedicated video memory is 128 MB, same as what we see here. All right. So that being said, I think that's all about the requirements. So that's how you check your laptop to know if it's sufficient. And now when you check your laptop and it doesn't meet the requirement, the minimum requirement, especially in this in the processor, the Windows, and the RAM, 4 gigs of RAM, and especially the graphics card. If you are able to get Google Sketchup 20 Google Sketchup 2023, and I think from 2020 and up, you would run into issues. It might not work on your PC, because I've had a lot of friends trying to get that and they had issues with it. All right. So, but if you're getting the latest one, if you have a PC like mine, you're fine. If you have the minimum requirement, you're fine. All right. All right. So, but if you don't have that, then you might have run into issues. So, this is where I advise you to get an older version of SketchUp, maybe 2016. 2016 is most definitely supposed to work. So, you can follow up with a course. All right. So I will end this video here. So thank you very much. If you have any questions, don't forget to drop any question you have on the comment section and all that. I know the video was quite long, but it's necessary.